Good morning, good morning, good morning. Here we are. This is Friday. We're going to review today all the things that we talked about over this week. This week you have learned the physics of this instrument, how to hold it, how to interface with it. You learned a couple of techniques for getting your hand in playing position. Today we're going to talk about intervals. What is intervals? What does that mean? The space between two notes. We're going to get into that, and I'm going to show you some money shapes, some shapes that are used over and over and over again. It is now 4th of July weekend, so some of you may be traveling, stuff like that, preparing for the grilling and all that. If we haven't met yet, my name is Ted, and I talk bass. One quick housekeeping thing. A few months ago, my channel got hacked and was actually taken down. I lost all ability to stay in touch with my bass heads, my pocket scientists, my pocket PhDs. I lost the ability to stay in touch with you guys. So if you click the link in the description, I'd appreciate it if you signed up on my mailing list. Your privacy is safe with me. Also, I'm not going to spam you. But once you sign that mailing list, I'm going to send you some tips. And periodically, I will send you valuable tips about music and the bass guitar and some mindset things around that to help you break through your plateaus. So today, and also when you come in the room, I would appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and help me get to that goal of 50,000 by the end of summer. All right, so we're not going to rehash what we did over the last few days. If you're new here, this video will be in a playlist and you can check out all of the videos. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is intervals. What is an interval? An interval is the space between two notes. So if I play my open E there and I play F, there's no fret in between. So that's what's known as a half step. Earlier in the week, I said that one of these things you want to file in your mental Rolodex is that there is a half step between E and F and B and C. All right, this will come back. As long as you play music, you'll hear that terminology. Okay, if I take my first finger and just go from one fret to the next, I'm moving in a half step fashion. This is called chromatic, where I'm just playing all of the notes. Okay? Now, one way that you can get to know your instrument is do something simple like this. There are all sorts of methodologies for learning the bass neck, but I personally don't think it's that hard. All right? You just need systems to do it. One of these systems that I talk about is when you see a note, name the note. So if I go up, E, F, F sharp, G, A. I'm sorry. Let me do that again. My brain is going faster than my hands. E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B. There's a half step between B and C. So B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and then E. When we get to the double dots here, everything starts over again. So we're going to concentrate on everything below the two dots. So E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, D, D sharp. What did I do just now? I need to wake up. E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, D, D sharp. What did I do there? E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, see what I'm saying? D, D sharp, E. It's that Louisiana sun. Now, when I go down, I'm going to say the flat notes. E, E flat, D, D flat, C. Remember, there's a half step between C and B. B, B flat, A flat, G, G flat, F, E. That's moving in half steps. I'm not going to do that with all of the strings because we'll be here all day. Before you get all of those note names drilled in your head, you're probably going to rely on shapes first. All right, so let's go to this F, a half step. Remember from yesterday, we use a 1, 2, 4 fingering down in the lower positions. That's a shape that you're going to use 90% of the time. 1, 2, meaning your second finger, and then your fourth finger. So from F to F sharp is a half step. From F to G is a whole step. All right? Those two intervals are very important to remember. Okay? When if you take private lessons or something, your instructor might say, go up a half step or something like that. That's all that means. Okay? There's another way to recognize interval, to identify intervals. We're not going to talk about that right now. That is because that's getting more into harmony and theory, and I don't want to do that this week. So any note, there's the note that I'm starting with. That's a half step. Now from this note to that note is a whole step. All right? Half step. Whole step. Okay? Let's try that on another note. I'll just arbitrarily pick a note. This note happens to be E flat. Now I'm going to play E flat to E is a half step. From E flat to F is a whole step. Now I'm on the note E flat, but the shape is going to be regardless of the note that I start on. C to C sharp, whole half step. C to D, whole step. What did I say? Half. C, half step. C to D is a whole step. Okay, so that's the first set of intervals. Let's look at below that. Okay. Now I'm going to identify these harmonically. So we'll keep the same note C, but I'm going to go backwards. From C to B is a half step, but you'll hear the term major 7. Okay? From C to B is a half step. From C to B flat is a whole step. Okay? So, just to review, I see some new people coming in the room. When you come in the room, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Also, hit that link. What's going on with the camera here? Hit that link. Uh-oh. We got ourselves a technical issue there, and we'll fix it because nothing stops this show. There we go. Nothing at all stops this show. Okay, so your two sets of the intervals that we just talked about half steps and whole steps. Okay. And yesterday, and we also talked about the 1, 2, 4 fingering. Yesterday, I gave you guys a groove where you see this in action. This is not the key. The key is actually here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're using that 1, 2, 4 fingering. 3, 4. Okay? That's a money shape. Let me now tell you about the next money shape that you probably want to know. And I'm going to use the note D. Okay? I'm using my pinky. Okay? Now, there's different ways to address this, but we're going to use one. This week, these live streams this week have been specifically for beginners. Okay? There's the note D. I'm playing D. I'm following all of the principles that you learned earlier this week. Okay? D. And then I'm going to put my first finger a whole step down, but on the next string. That is known as a minor third. It's a sound that you hear all the time. That's the main groove of a song called People Say by the Meters. Let's move that to C sharp or D flat, just down a half step. So if I say move down a half step, and notice again, the hand moves as one unit. If I wanted to take that groove and expand on it and use that whole step on the same string, that's also known as a flat 7. So this shape that is something that you hear in funk, soul, blues, rock all the time. Let me show you that again. My pinky is home. We're going to call it home base for now. Okay? You see where my pinky is? I wish I had like an automatic diagram that would just come on here. Maybe the technology will be here next year. So pinky is on that D flat or C sharp. That sounds like Fire on the Bayou. Down in New Orleans, in luggage in, ain't gonna do you now. Wanna fit the gym. One do want it, bottle of wine. Hit that dude, yes it did. For fire at a time. Light your fire on the Bayou. Fire on the Bayou. Do like you wanna. Fire on the Bayou. Okay, you get the picture. But all that is I'm playing C sharp with my pinky, and I'm playing a whole step down on the same string, which is my flat 7. Okay? Now, if I want to add that minor third, again, a part of those money shapes, now what I did there was I incorporated the whole steps, a chromatic run, which not run, but you know, all using that 1, 2, 4 fingering. Okay. Let me put the third in there. Well, I did put the third in there as well. And this is the interval we're going to talk about next. So let's stay on C sharp or D flat, but we're going to use the first finger. Okay, same note. And I'll tell you, a silly little, it's not silly at all, but an exercise that I used to do early in the day when I first started was, if I have one note, in this case C sharp, and shift that same note with different fingers. Do you see that? All right. That's just a little thing that you can do. So we're going to talk about the shape of a fifth. Again, our 1, 2, 4 fingering. 1, 2, 4. A lot of times, here's a little nugget for you. A lot of times, in a lot of bass lines, particularly in funk, the two fingers that are going to get the most work are going to be your index finger and your pinky finger. All right? Just like that, baby. So, take that first finger. We're still on C sharp or D flat. And then we're going to use our pinky to play a whole step up, but on the next string, which in this case is D. D. Okay? Now that's the shape of a fifth. Okay? What does that mean? All it means, the very simple and basic ground floor explanation I have right now is that this note is 5 away from this note. Just trust me on that. Focus on the shape, okay? If we move that anywhere, that's the shape of a fifth, okay? Now we're going to stay on C sharp or D flat. We got our root and our fifth. But this is a good place to tell you about the next money shape, and that is the shape of an octave, all right? I see Wayne in the building, so that's all you get. I hate that song. Okay, so and you can tell Fleece I did that too. So there's our fifth, but the key center is this note right here. Everything we're doing is in relationship to this note. So root 5, but watch this. Every note's got an octave. Okay? Oct 8. It's 8 notes away from itself. Right? So watch this. Pinky's still there. I'm going to play a whole step down, but I'm going to skip a string. Okay? And there is an octave. Likewise, if this is an octave, where's our key center here? C sharp. Every note's got an octave. All right? So, and this stream today is not going to be very long. We're almost 20 minutes in, because it's you know, it's a long weekend, and I'm going to get in something, and you should probably be going to get into something too. So let's take the groove that I was just talking about a second ago, Fire on the Bayou, but I'm going to incorporate those half steps, the minor third, whole steps, and octaves. Now, I know that was a lot of information, but watch, okay? This is a video that you replay. Okay, you bookmark it, you replay it, you bookmark the playlist, and you come back to it. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. The simple part. Whole step, also known as the flat 7. Third. Half steps. Third, minor third. Fifth. A slide into the octave. And there's another money shake or money interval that I just added in there. I snuck it in there. I went. This is our key center, C sharp or D flat. That's known as an enharmonic, one note with two different names. From here, this note to there is a major third. All right, you have, okay, here's my key center, my pinky is playing it. Minor third. Do you hear the difference? Root, minor third, root, major third. When I did that little ornament, I just slid into it. Okay, that's a little bit more of an advanced concept. But what happens over time is you start picking up vocabulary. Okay, and that is, but what happens over time, I don't know why I'm watching my own live stream. But that's what you want to do is listen and pick up information, right? So pick up vocabulary, rather. You want to listen and pick up vocabulary, okay? So I don't want to overload you with information today. What I want you to do is take this, bookmark the playlist, come back to it, all right? And let this be the starting place. There is not one YouTube video, whether it be by me or someone else, anyone else, that should be the end of your learning. It should spark your curiosity and you should find a way to get to the next steps. With TED Talks Bass, I would love it if you sign the mailing list. Let me send you some tips. I'm not going to spam you. I promise I won't. And yeah, I am going to go on and get into this day. You guys have a safe holiday weekend. Oh, say, can you see the speed limit? All right. So I hope you enjoyed this series this week, and I look forward to seeing you in the next either pre-recorded video or live stream. Until then, it ain't rocket science, it's pocket science. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.